Hey everyone, welcome back to LightHearted. I'm Britton.
And I'm Rachel. Today we're tackling a tough topic. You might feel a little bit called out with this one. I know we sure do. But stick with us. We're talking about negative self-talk.
If you have that inner critic that just seems to always have something to say, this is an episode you definitely don't want to miss.
We're talking about what negative self-talk sounds like, how we challenge it, and how we replace it with something better.
Plus, we'll talk about how to help others when you notice them tearing themselves down. We all see that happen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we need a reminder that we don't have to believe everything we think.
Okay, let's start by identifying negative self-talk, because sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. It just feels like the truth.
Yeah. All right, so let's go through some of the most common types of negative self-talk because there are a few that kind of come up more than others. So if any of these sound familiar to you, you are absolutely not alone. We definitely identify with a couple of these. So we're going to talk about it. All right, so I think number one is the perfectionist, which I think we can both kind of fall into that category sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So examples of this would be if it's not perfect, then I've failed.
Yep.
If I can't do this unless I know I will do it 100% or I will be the best at this or I will succeed. That's the perfectionist, and that negative self-talk creeps in through perfection.
For sure. So if that's you, definitely go check out last week's episode. We had a guest on and we talked all about perfectionism.
Yeah, it was great. I needed to hear so much of it.
Such good conversation.
Yeah.
Our second one is the imposter syndrome voice. I don't deserve to be here. Everyone else has it figured out except me.
That one hurts.
That one hurts, and I relate to that one for sure.
Yeah. I hate relating to these.
I know, it's not fun.
Yeah. I think that one's hard, like when you just feel like you don't belong in the room that you walk into, where you're just kind of like...
Yeah. Because we're not going to be the best at everything. So we are going to walk into rooms that maybe someone is better at that, or you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean we don't deserve to be there. That just means that maybe they have more practice at whatever it is or whatever.
Yeah. There's a reason that people are the best at things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we don't deserve to try or be there.
Yeah. And if you need evidence of that, go listen to our first episode that we ever posted ever. We've gotten a lot better since then. We've practiced and we're better now.
We are much better. Maybe they're watching this going, not really, guys.
They're like, no, this is still bad.
We're trying.
Number 3, I think, is the catastrophizer. This sounds like one bad thing happened, so now every single thing that I've worked on is ruined. Like, there's no place to go from here. If I mess up, it's all over. I might as well just quit.
Yep.
That's the catastrophizer. I think we've all felt like that before.
We've all been there.
We've been there.
Falling isn't failing.
I love that we've covered all of these.
We're just going to kick it back to season 1, guys. Go watch it.
Falling isn't failing.
It's true. Our next one is the harsh critic. It's saying things like, I'm so stupid. Why do I always do this? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think those creep up so easily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like those just like really sneak in there and I don't like it.
Yep.
The next one is the overgeneralizer. So that'll sound like, oh, I just always mess things up, or nothing ever works out for me. And I think some people kind of confuse that one with like just being pessimistic.
Yeah.
But like it really is a major form of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Our last one is the mind reader. This can look like, they probably think I'm an idiot.
Felt. Heard.
Or no one actually likes me. We all feel that way sometimes.
Yeah. Like we feel that way, but like how often are people sitting there putting that much thought into you?
They're not.
They're not.
No.
They're not.
And if they are, they're wrong.
100%. Like if they're sitting there being like, Rachel's an idiot. Like that's so dumb.
That means they're not a nice person.
Yeah. But I think we all do that where it's like, man, all those people in there hate me.
Right?
Yeah. I felt like that.
Definitely.
All right. So here's the thing. Just because we think something, it does not mean that it's true. When we let these thoughts run on autopilot, though, they really do start shaping how we see ourselves over time. Like maybe one sneaky thought won't, but they do. They grate on you.
All right. So how do we stop these negative self-thoughts from running the show? Step 1, noticing the thought. Sometimes just realizing you're having negative self-talk is enough to disrupt that cycle.
I think once you notice it, you have to question it.
For sure.
Right? Like if you see it happening, you have to do something about it. So asking something like, is this actually true?
Would I say this to a good friend?
What evidence do I have to the contrary? I like that one. Just stuff like that. Like just anything to kind of shake up the cycle that you're in.
For sure.
I think it definitely helps.
Yep. I think another good strategy is always giving your inner critic a name. Like, oh, here comes negative Nancy. I think that helps to separate the thought from you.
Okay, I think that's such a good one. It's just separating it from yourself. All right, so if the negative thought just won't leave you alone, flip it into something neutral. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
That's my favorite thing ever. So instead of those thoughts that say, wow, I am so terrible, just flip it to say, wow, I'm learning new things.
Yep, that's the truth.
Yeah, very neutral. Like, wow, I'm a human being.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about stopping negative self-talk, but now let's go a step farther. How do we actively build ourselves up?
One of my very favorite ways is just affirmations.
Yep.
I think people need to hear those more. They do have to feel real though. Like I used it before where I'm like, I'm the unicorn queen of the universe. Like it's not going to work. Right.
No.
Like, so if you're like, I'm amazing, if that feels too fake, try something like, I'm really trying my best here.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself some affirmations, just like a little bit of positive feedback that feel real.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
For me here too, I go to the Bible a lot and we'll read.
They actually have you seen the affirmation chart? So where it's like, if you feel guilty, read these verses.
Yeah.
If you feel sad, read these verses. Yeah. I think there's a lot of power in that for sure.
But knowing what our Creator says about us is extremely powerful. I also love listening to worship music.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I do.
And it does help. It builds yourself up.
Yeah.
And not in like a cocky way, but just in like okay, I am not a failure. I am not all these terrible things that I'm telling myself or the devil's telling me. And so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you were put here for a purpose.
Yep.
And like part of that purpose is to learn and to grow.
Absolutely.
So like part of that just comes failure. Like,
yeah, we're going to fall down.
It's just going to happen. Yeah.
I think another big one that we love doing is celebrating the small wins. I feel like a lot of times we wait until we've accomplished like the huge thing to actually celebrate and be proud, but every step absolutely counts.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you didn't take the small step, you would never make it to the big step.
Right?
You wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. We love it. We love celebrating.
I'm trying to do better at that one. Celebrating all the little things.
Yeah, that's so good. It's hard. It's hard to start when you like don't naturally do it. Have we talked about, I can't remember if we talked about the difference between boasting and bragging. Did we talk about that?
Maybe a little bit, but
we did.
Let's just
revisit.
Do a little revisit for our viewers.
All right. So boasting, and I don't know if I've said this. I'm a life coach and I coach people about their own goals and stuff like that. So what I talk to them about is the difference between boasting and bragging is that boasting is sharing your accomplishments so that like you can make other people agree that you're awesome and that they can all see how awesome you are and blah, 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 blah. Okay. And it's like I'm awesome and everyone needs to know it. Bragging is a little bit different because it's like, hey, I set out to do this thing and I'm making steps towards it and I'm really excited. Yeah. Can I please share it with you?
Right.
Like, I'm so excited.
Right. Because we want to celebrate in those wins
Yes.
with the people closest to us, but we feel bad because it's like, oh, I'm being such a brat.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So like shared accomplishment or like shared celebration is so amazing and so fun. But if you're doing it so that people will like
think you're the coolest
kiss
person
your feet
ever
and whatever. Yeah, like that's not okay.
No.
Yeah. So like that's the difference there is like what is your intent behind it?
Yep.
And so like if you want to share because you're proud of yourself, like that's okay. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to kind of how we actively build ourselves up, I think just surrounding yourself with voices that like cheer you on and like want to see you do well. I think that makes a big difference.
I agree.
So if your social media, friendships, or even your own habits are reinforcing self-doubt, I think that can be a huge indicator that it's time to make some kind of change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so I have a question that goes with that because I'm kind of dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
I feel like right now I'm trying to achieve some things and I'm surrounding myself with people that are very encouraging and like hype me up on my dreams and my like ambitions and all of that. And I think that that's good. And I think that I'm trying, like I'm picking who I say things to because I know that they're going to encourage me. Because if I pick someone that's like, maybe not mean, but maybe like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. And then I'm like,
nice.
maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I am being way too crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do we pick the people that are going to build us up, but also not just pick the people that are going to tell us what we want to hear all the time? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So I think that when you're working on a really, really big goal, so the more you share your big goal before you've accomplished it, like that gets you the dopamine hit already. Like,
yeah.
And so I say like the people who know about the big goal, like the circle should be smaller. Like I think it's smart to tighten the circle. Yeah. But I think like along the way, it's okay to have like smaller wins and like let people know like, you know, what small wins you're working on. As far as like creating your circle, I think like as long as you do have somebody grounding you, which like I feel like that could be like your mom, or do you know what I mean? Where it's like you're gonna hear real things from them. Like it's like like do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like she's not just like like saying what you want to hear, right? Like if as long as you have those voices too, I think that's like you can kind of take back what these people are saying and be like, is this true? Is this real? Like, can I trust this person with this? Yeah. Yeah. And I also think like when it comes down to it, like you can kind of tell like who's genuine and who's not.
That's true.
And it's so hard to describe that. Yeah. But like when you're talking to people, you're like, oh, you genuinely care about me. Yeah. Or like you're asking me follow-up questions, or like, do you know what I mean? Like versus like, oh, that's so cool. So you're going to like do this, right? Oh my gosh. Like it's just so not real. Yeah. It's not real. And you can tell.
Yeah, you can for sure.
Yeah. Have you come across that already?
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
I'm sorry.
No, but there's so many supportive people too. Yeah. And then I feel like there's people that are supportive, but then also bring me back to earth a little bit. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's good to have both.
I think so too. I just feel like not telling a ton of people that might be, wow, that's crazy, because then I'm going to start doubting myself. Yeah. And then it's going to kind of shut out those other voices that are like, no, like you can do this, you know?
Yeah. A big thing that's like said over like the pulpit at our church a lot is like doubt your doubt before you doubt your faith.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like before you doubt the things that you believe in, or like before you doubt your belief in yourself and like the things that you can do with your life, like you need to doubt your doubts first.
That makes
sense. Like when you're like, I don't think I should, like I can't do that. Like surely I couldn't be the one to accomplish it. Like doubt that first. Yep. And be like, no, I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. Sure like doubt that first. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think what you asked was such an important question though, because like you don't want to overshare. Yeah. But you want people in your corner, but you want the right people in your corner. It's really complicated. So
I don't want to just like pick and choose people that I know are going to say exactly what I want to hear. Yes. Because I want honest opinions. Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. I think the people who genuinely love you will give you honest opinions.
Yeah, I agree.
I think socially it's disrespectful to like crap on everyone's dreams, you know? Yeah. So I think it would be fair of you to be like, hey, I need an honest opinion here. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think to kind of set the stage to be like, hi, I don't need you to build me up right now. I really need honesty from you. Yeah. I think that's okay.
All right. Back to the list. I think a big one that we should not forget about is that body language matters too. Studies show that standing tall, making eye contact, and even smiling can actually trick your brain into feeling more confident and less negative.
Have you ever done that before you go into somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're here now.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. It helps.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It helps with like anxiety too.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Like sometimes I can't push past the anxiety and change my face. I'm like, I'm trying. But no, it really does help for sure. Yeah. And I try hard not to like fake it all the time, but I think there's a sense of like, okay, no, like let's put a smile on here. And it does help because it's not faking it the whole time. If I can put the smile on, I did this last night. Okay. If I can just smile for a few minutes, then I'm starting to feel happier. And then the rest of the time I'm not faking it at all. I'm like, okay, no, like I'm genuinely actually happy right now.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy what it does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you're sick, if you just like get up and get dressed.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you feel like a little bit better.
Like
it doesn't heal you, but you're
No.
like, okay, I can
sure.
function as a human. So weird. That's awesome.
I feed off of other people a lot too. Which can be
Yeah.
bad and good.
I think I do too.
But I really, really do. Like if I show up in a good mood and then you're in a terrible mood, this has never happened. But if that were to happen, like I feel like I would then be like, oh, okay, we're in a bad mood today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's deflating to you when other people are in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. It's hard to maintain. Like it's hard to like be happy.
Yeah. Especially with people that you really, truly care about. Because I'm not going to act all happy and joyful and like, I had the best day ever when you're like, well, I'm depressed.
You're like, I'm crying right now.
Right?
Thanks.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's like a hard balance where you're like, I just want to be happy because I'm actually having a really great day.
Right?
But yeah, that's hard. Okay, let's flip the script a little bit. What do we do when someone else is stuck in negative self-talk?
Ew.
Ew.
That's hard. I have a hard time with it, especially with people really close to me, which you would think would be the opposite. But like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Being like, wow, you're being terrible to yourself right now.
Yeah.
Maybe don't say it like that. But it's so sad. I think for me personally, like, if it gets really bad and someone's talking really negative about themselves, I will probably be like, hey, listen, like, this is terrible. Don't do this to yourself. I think if it's in a fun way, not in a fun way, but like you're just saying little things, you can be like, Britton does this all the time. Don't talk about my friend Rachel like that. You know what I mean?
It's
like
my favorite thing.
In just like a fun way, but I mean, if it's more serious, then you may have to be like, hey, listen,
Like legit.
like legit, this is terrible. Don't do this to yourself. I also think without saying anything to them, without saying anything direct, like, hey, you're being really mean to yourself, just lift them up. Say the truth about them. Say really nice things, and it may make them think like, oh, maybe I am really kind, or I am smart, or you know what I mean? Like, just lift them up, give them some encouraging words. You don't have to lie, like, don't lie to them, but just say the truth, because I'm sure there are good things about them.
Yeah.
And you do that, and you do a really good job of that, and then I feel so much better as a human being.
You do that to me too, though.
Yeah.
Like you say nice things to me all the time. Like usually you make me feel so much better about like the decisions that I made where I'm like,
it's because you're a really good person.
You're a good person. Stop.
I'm just going to cry over here.
I'm not made for compliments. I think I already said that.
No, I'm really bad at accepting compliments too, but like we're working on it.
We're just humans. We're just learning.
We are. It's true.
Yeah, we're working on accepting compliments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for real. Like you make my life better. So thankful for you.
Oh.
I guess kind of going on a tangent here. One thing, and I'm not trying to drag my parents, truthfully, like they really did the best that they could. I think one thing that would have helped me understand more about who I was is like having them point out good things about me that like weren't accomplishments, but just being like, wow, you are such a kind person, or like, wow, I see that you work really hard on this thing.
Yeah.
Or do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wish they could have pointed out my characteristics. And so that's something that I do for my son now, is just like, wow, like you have a really kind heart, or like that was really generous,
Yeah.
or that was this. Cause I'm like, I want him to be able to like connect the things that he's doing with like actual good character traits to have.
Yeah.
Or like good values.
I really like that.
Yeah. So I think like as parents or like anyone around little kids, if we can kind of build them up from like a really tiny age,
Yeah.
then like the negative self-talk can be a little bit quieter when they're older.
True. I love that.
Yeah.
I really do like that. I have to say really fast, going back to what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
My mom the other day, we were talking about you, and I don't even know how this came up.
I love your
But we were
mom.
talking about you, and she was like,
Gonna cry.
oh no.
I love her. I love her.
I haven't even said anything
I
yet.
know. I love her.
Oh, we were talking about how like people just feel really good sharing things with you, like even like deep intimate things, like
Yeah.
you just are a compassionate, kind, listening person. And she was like, Britton is just the kind of person that just makes you want to be a better human.
Oh my
And I was like, you know what, yeah, you're right, because I was like, that's me. Like I'm so much better of a person now that I've met you and spent time with you.
No, you're a wonderful
And
person.
it's not that I was a terrible person before because those things were probably always inside of me. I just needed someone to bring them out. And that's you.
Look what you do to me every time.
I'm sorry.
That's so nice of you.
The tissues.
They're on my desk.
Over there.
I needed them earlier. Oh my gosh, that was really nice. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so lovely. Like, I'm so thankful for your family, for real. Like, you guys are all just wonderful people, and I'm so thankful. Like,
no, but you.
Ugh, it's so nice.
It's the truth, though.
That's seriously like so sweet. No, I'm like,
that's why everyone loves you.
oh my gosh. Okay, you are. Just
everyone
wonderful.
just loves you. They spend like one
Oh
day
my
with
gosh.
you, and then they talk about you forever. And I love it.
You're so nice.
Look at this amazing human that I have in my corner. I love her.
For real. Like, I don't know where I would be without you. So
I don't know where I would be nowhere without you.
Whatever.
No, for real.
No, you were always going somewhere, and I'm just thankful that we know each other.
I just needed you to bring the confidence and all of it out, because I would not have.
Oh my gosh.
100% would not have.
You would have. You would have.
No, but it would have been a lot harder.
We're here for a reason. I feel that like every single time. Yeah. I love you. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Rachel always makes me cry. Sorry. It's okay. I love you.
All right, Britton needs a minute to gather herself before we keep going.
She needed a minute.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think this is just like a testament to like surround yourself by good people, because
I mean, we're talking about lifting others up right
yeah.
now, so
yeah, like it's perfect. So yeah. So I definitely feel like uplifted by you, and I'm so thankful that I know you. So thank you. Thank you. Honestly, like, not to just like flip it around on you, and I'm not gonna make you cry, but our one that I wrote down was just to just be there for people. Mm-hmm. And I think like you're very good at that, and like that's something that I've been learning from, because I'm not that good at, like, I'm not that good at like checking in and like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so like you are so good at like just being there. Like, you're not trying to like fix everything for everyone. You're just like, you're there for your people.
Thanks.
And I think that's a really big deal that like, I think people discount it as of like how important it is. They don't realize how important just being there for someone,
just sitting in whatever it is with people.
Yeah just like sit through the garbage with them, and like, yeah,
thank you, that makes me feel better, because I feel like I struggle with that. I always struggle when people are struggling, because I don't feel like I have good words to say or good advice for a lot of things. And I mean, occasionally I'll be like, well, you know.
You're like,
sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what to say, I'm so sorry, because sometimes there are things that there's just nothing you can say.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I don't have a lot of advice to give, so it's like, why am I even showing up, or why am I even texting you? But like,
some of my best advice has come from you, though. Like, legit, like, you give great advice.
Thank you. I feel like I don't, but thank you.
No, but I think, like, you can't discount like the importance of just being there. So like, even if you have nothing to say, like, you're present, and that like is such a blessing.
Yeah.
To just feel like be there.
Like, even just crying with someone.
Yeah.
I remember being in middle school and having time with Vanessa. She was just on our last episode. So she was my best friend. And we would go out, we would have youth, and we would go out and sit on this picnic table, and we would talk. And most of the time it was me talking, because I was just like, my life's so hard. So I would talk, and she would have all this amazing advice to give. She had all the words to say, all the right things, and like just helped me walk through so many things. And I am so grateful for her. But I remember one time that she just shared something with me, and she was talking about something she was struggling with or going through, and she was crying. And I just felt horrible, because all I did was I sat there and cried with her. Like, I was like, I don't know what to say to you. Like, I'm sorry. And then I just cried with her. And I felt so bad, because I was like, you give me such good advice. But in that moment, what do I have? Yeah, like, what do I have to offer? But I feel like just being able to just sit with someone.
Yeah.
And cry with them.
Yeah. And I think something that like we all feel is like alone at some point, right? And so like you didn't make her feel alone.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you made sure she knew someone was there.
I hope so.
And even if it was just you're crying.
I hope so.
You're crying with her. Like, she wasn't alone.
Right.
And I love that. It's so hard though. It's hard when it feels like it should be like reciprocated, and then
Right.
you're
I
like,
was just like, oh no, oh no, I don't have any advice for you. I'm so sorry.
no. I think, yeah, just making sure people feel like they have someone.
Yeah,
It goes a long way.
for sure.
I love it.
So before we do our closing, just wanted to ask you a question really quick.
Okay.
Has there ever been a time that you've seen like significant impact from something that you said to yourself that was super negative, like long, like recurring, just
Yeah.
taking a lot of time to like work through or still are working through?
Holy crap, Rachel.
Holy crap.
Thanks so much for the low ball question. That's so nice.
Just
I can't wait to chat about
just a quick, easy little question before we close.
I'm really excited to talk about this. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've kind of referenced it before, like, and I guess this is about to turn more heavy-hearted. Like, so I used to really struggle with, like, I wouldn't call it an eating disorder, but it was definitely like disordered eating, and it all came from like the negative self-talk of like never being small enough.
Right.
Like, and that was something that like I would say every single day. I would say it to myself in the mirror. I would say it like every chance that I got. It was just like, you will never be enough ever. And so I think that was one that like it just took a lot of time to work through. And like, I will count myself as lucky because it never turned into like an actual eating disorder, which I know is so much harder to work through.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I'm not trying to like discount any of that because like, I know that's way harder than this. But yeah, so that was one where like, it was like while I was trying to get pregnant and it was taking so long, I think that's when I kind of started to figure out like, oh, hey, like my body needs calories.
Yeah.
That's a thing that humans need,
Right.
or we die.
Yep.
And so I think that was one where like it probably has taken a solid 10 years to kind of like work itself out.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's intentional and it's something I have to work on. And like, like maybe some days I feel really happy and some days I feel really sad with like how I'm feeling or looking or whatever. But like, it's something where I don't need to say that to myself anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? I really love that question. I do.
It's very like it could go in a lot of different directions, I think. I've talked about before how I just feel like I can never change, and like the lies that I'm just going to be stuck with all the negative and bad things in my life.
If you think like that for a really long time though, like it's so hard to be like, hold on, like maybe I have the power to change or maybe I can do this. Like that's a hard thought process to update.
Yeah, for sure. And because we're going to fall down. Like with your thing, like you're going to have bad days.
Yes.
And so for me, I feel like I'm going to have bad days where maybe I fail at something. And so then in my brain, I'm going, well, yep, can't change because here we are yet again.
Yeah. It's the evidence thing.
It's the evidence thing.
Yeah.
Like, because there's evidence for good and there's evidence for bad. And
yeah,
unfortunately,
bad sticks a little better.
Yep. Exactly. So
yeah. I think one thing that I've had to tell myself kind of repeatedly to like, and this kind of is like an overarching theme in my life is I'm like, okay, a bad day isn't a bad life.
Right.
And I think that's the one that like keeps coming up for me. I'm like, today's a bad day, but I have a good life. Like I have people who love me, who I love them so freaking much. And like, it's so hard though when it's like, I'm having a really bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you have a really bad week.
Yeah. Bad week, bad month. Like,
then it just starts to be like, well, this is my reality forever.
Yeah.
And it's not true.
It's not true. But it feels true sometimes.
It does for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. That's a good question. If you guys are feeling brave and want to answer that question, send it in. We would love to. We would love to hear your thoughts on that.
For sure.
That's amazing.
I think the key takeaway here is that negative self-talk really does happen to everyone, but it doesn't have to run your whole life.
Yeah, absolutely. So notice it, question it, replace it with something better or neutral. When we do that, we build confidence, not just in ourselves, but in the people around us too.
So the next time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, pause and reframe it. And if you hear someone else tearing themselves down, take a second to lift them up. Nobody needs to go through life alone.
Love it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're enjoying LightHearted, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more people who need a little more light in their lives.
And be sure to follow us on Instagram at LightHeartedPod to stay up to date with our episodes and to share your own stories with us. We love it. We love it so much.
We really do.
Please send us your stories.
Yes. If you have a favorite way to challenge negative self-talk, let us know. We love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to stay lighthearted. This podcast was recorded on Buzzsprout in West Virginia.